It is September the 2nd, 2018. I think it's Sunday. And I'm in the hotel in Elkhart waiting on work to call. Life is good. I don't know, I haven't made one of these in a while. And I was like, I should do that. I was going through my old journals today and I was like, yeah, let's do some of these. And then I read through a couple of them and I was like, nah, most of these suck. I don't know how the writing stuff is coming. I'm still writing, but it's gotten. I think it's become a little bit more journaling, a little more just Dear Diary. Just hey, this is my day. This is what's going on. I feel like I used to actively try to tell little stories. Like I'd get a thing in my mind and I'd work out the details, how I wanted it to go, what the plot line, if you will, and try my best to get it down. And I'm like, no, hey, I was in Chicago today. Hey, this trip out to Elkhart is bullshit. 12 hours on duty. Like, thank God for overtime, but it's still not as. There's a thing they say out here that Norfolk Southern, 12-hour day to Chicago still pays more than a 12-hour day to Elkhart. It's true. It's true by a lot. Anyways, I don't know. Life's all right. Jason got married like a week ago, 2 weeks back. And I'm like, never saw that coming, not in a million years. But then again, hey, he loves her, and it was a good decision on their part. They love each other. They're never gonna quit that shit. And it was a financial decision, which I tell everybody: if you're gonna get married, make sure you do it for the money. For the health insurance, for the, fucking next of kin, all of that bullshit. Like that's why you get married. You don't get married because you love each other. If you love each other, just live together forever and love each other. But, if you've got kids and a house and property, well, yeah, get married. Anyways. And Emily, I've been trying to, go out of my way to hang out with her more and to spend more time with her and, actively spend more time with her. Don't just wait for her to call, but, stop over, swing by the house, that kind of thing. I went over and I made her dinner one day. She was having a rough day at work. And I was like, I got all this shit. And I was thinking about cooking a big meal. And I was like, I've got time. So I went over because she gave me a key. I didn't tell her I was going. And I cooked up this whole big mess with 9 different sides. It was way too much food. She's still got leftovers in the fridge that she needs to throw out. but I don't know. I'm trying to remember to apply more energy there because she deserves it. And I deserve it, I like her. She's fun to be around. And, I don't know. Surprisingly, with that one, I'm mildly dabbling in dating again because I am polyamorous. That's my thing. It's still a part of me, even though I'm more or less settled with her. I'm I still have Tatiana. I still have other things on the side, but I don't know. I haven't dated in a long time. Even with Emily, we just sort of fell into our thing, And I've been trying to remember to actually take her out more because money's an issue for her, so we don't go out too often. But here and there, we drove up to Michigan the other week. We went to some art fairs and get out of the house, go somewhere nice, spend time in the car, just rocking out to whatever music and mixtapes or mix CDs and however you want to call it now. I still like making my playlists, Got some new music. I've been trying to follow with the records, and I was upset one day a couple of weeks back. One of the new records, it was a little too tight, and it pulled the whole thing off, and it was getting this weird noise out of the speaker, and I was like, oh fuck, I broke it. I've been buying all these records, and now I don't have a record player. A couple of days go by, I try it again. I'm just let's see if it's still fucked up. Nothing's wrong with it. It's fine. No weird noises. Nothing weird with the output or the needle or any of that. So it's working perfectly. But it gets to the end of the record now, and it automatically lifts the arm, returns it, cradles it like it's fucking supposed to. It never did that before. It would just keep spinning, and the needle would be going around the paper in the middle, And so I'm whatever I broke, fixed it, and so that's cool. And I don't know. the journaling and art stuff. And oh, hey, take a look at this. Where's my thing? So I've been working on this thing for the better part of a year. And that is not because it's taken that long to carve it. It's just because I'll set it down for months at a time, put half an hour work into it and then set it down again. It was meant to be like a spoon, but I got so deep and I didn't want to like flatten it and shave it. I'm like, no, that's really cool. It's like a little like measuring cup. So I left it. And then the handle was so big because I left it that I'm like, what could I do with that? And so I've been carving it and shaping it, and they're going to get rounder and rounder, like little, like vines, sort of. And it's coming along. Seriously, it's been well over a year ago that I started it. And it's just, I never pick it up. I never fuck with it. I'll put 10 minutes in here, half an hour in there, and it's slowly but surely, it's coming together. And then, I don't know, like art stuff. I keep having thoughts and ideas about, hey, I'll grab one of my canvases, I'll get out the oils, maybe. I still haven't used any of my oil paints. Or I'll do the old acrylics, and I want to play with texture. But I never get around to fucking doing it because, well, I'm never home enough. But even when I am home, I've been lazy lately. Been just, let's watch some TV for an hour or two, have a beer, because work has been weird. So I'm trying to just sleep when I'm there. And it's like, that's not good. That's one of the reasons I've been trying to remember, hey, go over to fucking Emily's. It's like, I got off work the other week. I went to the farmer's market because it was right after work. Picked up a bunch of carrots and pickles and shit, And I go straight over to Emily's. And we had breakfast, and I went to sleep in her bed, and she did her art stuff, and, she watched TV and whatever, and then she came in and, cuddled with me, and, like, yeah, you don't have to, like, always have a big plan. You could just be in the same building together, And it was really nice. Yeah. I'm watching movies, and I'm trying to remember to call my sister, and I've been so passive-aggressive about that. With Jessica, she'll call me, and she'll say, hey, what you doing? Rather than, hey, are you busy? Which is a very different question. She calls me at all weird hours, and she finally taught me how to set my phone to do not disturb mode so that work can call and they can get through, but nobody else can. And I'm like, that I didn't realize my phone could do that. I thought you needed like an app or whatever. And even when I went into the settings to try and set it, it was like, well, this isn't working. Well, this is, because I never set any favorites in my contacts. You can have it to favorites only. The only favorite in my contacts is work incoming. Like, fuck everybody else. If mom calls, send it to voicemail. That should be a joke, but it's not. But anyways, life is good. It's September now. Holy fuck, the summer's over. I spent better part of 2 months. It was like 7 weeks I spent on the same spot in Chicago. That should not have happened. I don't care how many guys were off on vacation. Like, shouldn't have. But there were a lot of guys who were what do you call it? They were set out. They were on the street. Fucking, what do you call it? When we get punished, we get off, hey, 10 days here, 14 days there, 2 months there, that kind of thing. So, there were a couple of guys out for that. And then there were a bunch of guys off on vacation. And then there were a bunch of engineers conductors who were engineer qualified that finally got set up. They were in the seat. They were working as engineers. And one or two of those bumped back, and now they're conductors again because, the vacations are ending and people are coming back from being laid off and all of that. But it was just a perfect storm. I wasn't bumping around. I wasn't getting knocked off and jumping on another spot. I was TR11 for 7 weeks. It was nice. Oh, I did get a good couple of paychecks that I'm like, they're not, I didn't bump off nearly as much of the credit card as I wanted to, but I've substantially bumped off some from the credit card. Like, I'm still putting the same amount in my savings. I'm still putting the same amount in this. I'm still paying off all of my, my car and my house and all of that. And it's like, it's coming together slowly but surely. When the guys talk about bonuses and they're like, yeah, I went out and I bought a new lawnmower or four-wheeler, blah, 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 whatever, a thing for my boat, a new AC for the house. I'm like, no, just credit card. Just that one fucking credit card. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. They always say that, that $100 thing, if you just make the minimum payments, which I'm never making the minimum payments, but since I'm putting new shit on it, I might as well be. but you end up paying like $1,000 or $100 worth of shit. I've spent easily $40,000 trying to pay off $15,000. I gotta fucking knock that out. But honestly, money's not bad. It's like, hey, I've got the money to keep making these interest payments. It sucks that I have to make them, but I can do it. I can do it comfortably. Even now, I'm back in Elkhart, and I'm going to be on this spot for a while because I doubt Chicago's going to open up to me. But I think it'll be okay. I'll still make decent money. My bills are paid. I'm not blowing it all on caviar and strippers and shit, but I have money to play with, and that's good. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably not all, but I'm coming up to 10 minutes, going on 11. So I'm going to knock this off and get back to life and stuff. All right.